Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Rhyunix, and this is Minecraft 1.7.1, and I am making an adventure map, and this is my test bed. What you see in front of you is what I've made so far, testing ideas that have just come together in my head. For those of you who have seen the previous videos, you will know that I have moved this map. I've moved this map onto a flat base. Just flattened it out in World Edit, not in mod World Edit, as in the application World Edit. For those of you who have not seen it, please check out the link on the screen, wherever the hell I'm going to put it on the screen. You've seen it now, so I'll get right into it. Damn bats, you can hear the bats. So I'll move in here and change my mode to survival. I need to change the minecarts as well, but I'm not going to do that now. Ignore the bats, I can't do anything about them. I want to strike them down with lightning with a command block, but I can't do that because this isn't a snapshot. And that's the way it's going to be. So that's fine. I can deal with that. I will have to find a workarounds and toggle the weather. Thank you. I can't do that either. Tunnel noises. So let's not get distracted. And let's change game mode. Not meow. Game mode 2. Okay, so ignoring the fact that I have torches and stuff like that, I'm just going to pretend this is where we started. So I've come through this metal door. Well, our adventurer has come through the metal door. Oh. Give me just a few seconds. I have to change some things. Take 2. Pretend that I just took that again. So off our adventurer goes. Now I'd imagine, but this is me, I'd imagine that our adventurer is not going to go towards, well, it's going to go towards that sign actually. He's not going to go down this hole, relevant of what that is. Let's get a look here. He says, gotta get past this door. That was a terrible accent. Gotta get past this door. That sounds odd, but we'll go with that. So off our adventurer goes up the stairs. Maybe that control room will have a way out. And off our adventurer goes once more. Let's see. Door controls. Lift controls. Note. Sub-level 0 doors and sub-level lift will not work without power. No manual start. So the door won't open if you read that properly. So we look into the chest, ignoring everything here. The hydrogen 2 and the warhead report 4. We'll read both of those. Let's see here. Generator maintenance basic manual 3, activating the power. The hydrogen 2 requires 1 power core to run. In order to start the generator, the core needs to be in the block side and the engine. This can be done by opening the engineer's hatch. Fascinating. Warhead report number 4. Oh, oops, my bad. We shall assume that since it's the only generating looking things, that's a rocket, the only generating looking things in here is those. We shall assume that those are the generators, and we need a core. Out of context for a second, the cores are redstone torches. I'm going to retexture those. Moving on. Missile maintenance report number 4. Due to the fluctuation energy of the power cores, as of now, all power cores are with the warheads in the sub-level. Assuming that that down there is the sub-level. So we go down here. I'm going to move that. Have a free hand. Oh, down we go. There may be something hidden down there, out of context again, but there isn't. So we look around. These are the warheads. Future reference as well. Oh god, was that a bat? Yeah, it was a bat. This is future reference A, this is in peaceful mode, and B, I'd have a stronger backstory about something to do with radiation for reasons that I will talk about later. So apart from the bat being right next to a source of radiation-ish, I'm going to assume that that's not going to happen. The redstone torch has been added to my collection from creative mode, but we'll assume that we've just picked it up, and that's the only thing we can pick up because we're supposed to be in the adventure mode. So that's just been taken out of the warhead. Oh god. Oh, that's me. That's me on the pressure plates. God, that scared me. It's because I've got this on quite loud volume, so I remember to actually talk louder rather than have to compete with the water. There we go. So we just open this. That one looks like it's working, but will this one work? Oh, this one's flooded, and there's no block. So we assume that's washed away. I'm going to put this down here. Going to close that again. And because the door opened, we're also going to assume that the power's now working. So in we go. See, the door this side doesn't work. That's fine. So up we go here. Can't get through here. I haven't written the backstory for this section. This is kind of like an assume. We're trying to get outside, by the way. So we pull this lever. And ignoring the redstone and all that stuff, there will be scenery. Not this junk. So we're going to close that. You'll notice that if I turn this off, the lights go off. I turn it on, and the lights go on, which I thought was pretty neat because it's supposed to be like all-round light. But if it's dark in the blast door style doors, which are in front of this glass, are down, then no, or open, there's going to be dark in here. But that's not the point. That could be fixed. These are supposed to be computer screens and seats. That's a bat flying off somewhere. 3-door combination for blast door. Huh, this ought to work. Let's see here. Oh, hello. 7, 8, and 9. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Enter on the left, and start and reset on the right. So, there will be a manual, but there isn't right now. We hold the reset for a bit, and we put in the combination, which we also do not know. Well, you're not supposed to know. Also, the adventurer cannot reach. Bugs, ladies and gentlemen. Bugs everywhere. So, assuming that this man has ludicrous reach, which obviously he does, duh, he's going to put in the following numbers. Isn't that harmonious? So, downstairs, once we get there, just fly down for the sake of this, is open. And freedom. And time set 0. Should really have an automatic thing for that, but I can't be bothered to get the command block again. So, these are outside details, ignore this. Again, the redstone here, outside details, ignore that too. What we have here, the pride and joy, is the keypad thing here. I will explain that once I explain what happens here first. So, I can't fly through walls. That sucks. Let's go. The noise you can hear is the minecarts, by the way. So you enter this room. That's the vent that leads actually outside. There's supposed to be a backstory as to why that's open. Bearing in mind this is supposed to be a Fallout themes thing. Actual Fallout. But let's carry on. This is going to be a long episode, by the way, for anyone who thinks that this may be short. It's because I didn't do one for a while, and I'm slightly overdue in the video department right now. So I'm just going to make this a longer one anyway. So in you go. Right. Let's explain some things. First off, the redstone core jazz. Basically, this is just a receptor coming from out here. We just go in. You'll see that there's redstone leading off, and that leads off to the door controls, which are outside. You may have seen them as I whiz past here. The door is slightly well, no, it's not slightly overcomplicated, it's just right for its use, but it could be less complicated. It doesn't really matter, it looks alright, I think. I don't think I'd be able to improve the look any better than what it is now. It would all look the same, it would just have iron in some places and stone in the others. Predominantly in the walls, but I think it looks nice like this because it looks more like a interlocking kind of door, which is what I really want it to look like, rather than just a plain old simple closing door. Because it's not possible in Minecraft. Because the door won't do that normally, because of the limits of how many pistons you can use in the system. So, just some. You've seen this room before. It's the big square room. For those of you who do not recognise it, I've stuck some lights up. The control booth, this massive ventilation system, a rocket going off that way. Well, it's on train tracks, but it's not actually going anywhere right now, for somewhat obvious reasons, like a door. Excluding the bats, that's most of the details, which are stationary. The downstairs section is basically warhead storage. There's no radiation symbols because I have no idea how to make them. This one's supposed to look like it's opened, and to me it does. So there. So if we move into this section, we have these iron doors which are connected to the switch which leads outside to the pistons, which are lined up to close and open. A bit of a pain and a faff, that one, because the redstone just so happened to run out at the last block. Problems with having long windows right there. Right, we'll get on to my... well, it's taken me so long to make. We'll get on to that right now. So, this may look massively complicated. Exclude this bit here. Exclude this section, because that is where I was just... That's a testbed, where I've been faffing around. That over there is the door controls for the door which leads into the big room, which will lead into the open world. But I shall show you some things first here. So I shall get a fire charge. No, I'll just search it. Fire. There we go. Give me that. That goes in there. Okay. Alright. So, the way this works is that the minecarts are a way of making things go either on or off. This includes a lot of AND gates and a variety of other things. Predominantly AND gates, though. I think the order for this is 3, 2, 1, but I'll check. 3 followed by 2 followed by... yeah, it's 3, 2, 1. So, what the AND gates will... well, what the minecarts will do... we'll start the minecarts. So here's the first one. The minecarts act as a constant detector system. That enables something to either be on or off. In this case, it's either on or on once you've switched it on anyway. So the second one is for an AND gate, and that means that the button, this first one, will connect to the AND gate, which is connected to the second button. If that means that if you click the buttons out of order, then they won't work. You can mash them with this system. Eventually, you can mash them, and then they will work. This has triggered the second minecart, which is like a permanent on switch. So that's the second part of your 3-code combination. Then the final one triggers the final minecart, and off goes the fire charge. See, if you get that combination wrong, and then you light up this is supposed to be your enter switch. So I shall demonstrate to you there. Get rid of that. If I just have these on, the enter switch is provides this. So if the system is working, this piston will be pushed before the redstone reaches it to push to go through the stone block and carry on to do whatever it's going to do if the system says no. If the system says, well, if the system says no. If the system says yes, then this piston won't get there, and this redstone will activate, sending the fire charge into the sun. not igniting the sun, just setting it into the sun. So the way that works is that this piston acts as a yes or no. If the redstone input into the piston is yes, then the system will work. If the input is no, then the system will not work. That's an advantage of the combination system. There are several drawbacks of this system. Here you can see that the carts will not be able to recycle, which means this is a weak system, because you can mash as many of these buttons as possible, and if a combination, no, it doesn't even matter about the combination, if you get the right one first time, then the minecart will come down. If you get any combination of them, it will come down anyway, and eventually you will get all of them, but you will die lots of times. So it's kind of a working system, but it's not really. This is the more complex but not really complex at all version. That's not a trademark, that is literally in the name I've given it, because I just named it right there. So I shall demonstrate with this system, the baby system of that. The principle here is easy. That is your input from one of those buttons to correct a digit. This sends the cart round on a signal. Now, this is not a work in progress. This was a test bed, so it's not 100% functional. The more improved version is over there, working now. The input, as the redstone torch provided over there, is the enter button on the 9 button combination key over there. So once that's on, the button goes in, and although this is a test bed, but I shall demonstrate anyway, the minecart will come out of here. If the system works, if it's right, then redstone will spew out and go somewhere else, and for example open that door down there. If it's not, then well, I shall demonstrate what happens. If it's not, I'm kind of keeping that one secret because I like that one. The problem with this one is that there are two little repeaters, so the system fails because the redstone will activate before the hoppers can put the minecart onto the track. Well, into the dispenser and onto the track. If the minecart went on, it would go up and it would sit in the reset position at the start where it was before. This is the more perfected system. It doesn't really look perfected because it's not very compact at all, so I shall help this thing along and demonstrate to you what happens. Here comes the delay, minecart comes along, it's reset. Oh, damn. Right. Didn't mean to do that. Here's how it works. This is the final system as far as I'm concerned. What you need to watch here is the blue for the order of the combination, and the orange for the reset. The orange is what I just did. That was the reset to put all the minecarts in the starting position. Creepy noises. I should probably turn that off. I should also set the time to 0. Time set 0. So, oh god. Time set 0. There we go. Press the wrong button. So, what happens here is the button, whichever one it is, in this case is the first one is 2, will activate in whatever way is necessary the powered rails. Powered rails will send this minecart. It doesn't really matter what minecart it is, but you can set off several functions. I mean, you could make it so that if the minecart goes wrong, although I really wouldn't do this because of the amount of redstone involved in this system, it could set off TNT, but I'm not going to do that, as I just said. More importantly, I wouldn't do it anyway because it's highly likely that if you want the user to advance, using TNT is not forgiving, and unless there's some emergency system, that's double rain, it will simply ruin your project and they will get stuck and have to reset. Hardcore mode, hardcore, not parkour, hardcore mode would be the viable option for that. So, what happens here is the minecart goes down, it goes onto this track. This track is effectively a way of keeping the signal here constant, but being able to launch it off into there as well. The signal goes around and round and round. That doesn't really matter. What matters here is that the signal will go off onto this blue one and go onto the next one, with an AND gate coming from the next button to make sure that it works exactly the same as over there. But if the and likewise, if the AND gate is not correct, then the button will not work and the entire combination will fail. So the reset bit here is where the redstone comes in, and the delay bit is here, but the redstone comes in and changes the track position so that the track, as I shall demonstrate, goes to there. Now, if it's going around this way, which it normally is, it will it will jump this track anyway and just go straight up. So that's not a problem. Not in this current version, and I'm not changing the version, which is fortunate. As soon as it sends, as that signal reaches here, it also comes down here through these delays. Now the delays mean that the signal, as I said, will allow the minecart to be broken on this cactus, a natural thing to break it, because there's the only other way is using arrows, which means that the system is limited. It will break, it will go down this hopper, because the cactus means that the minecart can't go off that way or through the cactus. So it goes through the hopper. Excuse me. I'm getting a dry throat from talking that much. Delay means that the system will come round. The redstone goes in, and it launches the minecart and sends it up this power track back to where it started. That's the basic bit here. Now, the AND gates, as we saw over on that test bed, mean that it has to be put in that order, otherwise this will not power, and then the whole system, as I said, will fail. The first system is repeated again and then again, and I'd like to identify for anyone who's trying to copy this system that this bit here, from the input and the reset, that is one code, one digit. 2 digits, 3 digits. You can have a 9-digit code if you want. You could have a 14-digit code. It is, as far as I know, unlimited. I think it's only limited to the range at which your system will render, because otherwise the minecarts and stuff will not work properly, I don't think. But in future versions maybe that will change. But this, I'm sure there's a simpler way, but I just couldn't find one on YouTube. And you know, I wanted to create one of my own, and I felt like doing it. And this is what the hard work has given me. I've been working on Star Made, making a station for a station competition, but most of the time I've been playing Minecraft and building this. And you know, it makes me really satisfied to see that this actually works to the degree that I wanted it to. So following the blue wool, the blue wool leads to the final bit here. Now this is the important bit really, because even if you got the code right, if this bit isn't working, then it will constantly deny you, and you will, well, you will suffer the wrath of the system, which I will show you. I'm building this up now, but once you see it, maybe you'll feel a bit let down. Probably won't. You ought not to. Shh. Secrecy. It's all lies. So, the final one has come through all of the AND gates, which means that it's reliable enough to be sent through one signal. The signal is an AND gate. This is the enter signal traveling down here. The AND gate goes, the enter, this is a constant, this is constantly on, so the AND gate makes this this system and this AND system go on. I've just had a horrible thought. CNB Minecraft, I think he's done in a really basic demonstration how to make a permanently on or permanently off redstone system. But you know what? It probably could be way simpler and way more compact than this. I think you've seen him do it, but I don't care because I've done this. Do not ruin my moment. So down here, the redstone also breaks off and goes for a delay. Now, if the AND gate is off, then the piston will not push. Therefore, this repeater will push the signal through the block into this redstone, down here, up this section, which has been inverted, and send it here. If the system passes, then that won't happen. Therefore, this green signal will carry on. It will go up here. It will go up here, and it will signal, as you heard in that rather crude musical tune, that the door downstairs or something has happened. I will improve that tune sometime when I want to. Now, some of you may be saying, but wait, I can see redstone going off this way. If that system fails, it may play the music anyway. And I say, it might do, but I don't think it will, because I have faith in my system. I'm sure there is a way as to why it won't do that. Oh yes, I remember. Because if that comes directly off the AND gate, which has to pass, and if it doesn't pass, neither of these two break-off systems will work. This is the system for the door. I could probably tuck it in and then make the surrounding scenery slightly more flat, as in that way. But otherwise it's going to have to come out this way. But that's fine. That's okay. So yeah, that plays the tune. Now, I'm going to show you what happens if you get it wrong. So, our door has opened, but that doesn't matter because we'll assume, for the sake of this demonstration, that the door is not open. And I shall switch my game mode for maximum effect. Game mode 2. Oh wait, I can't reach. Oh, blast. Oh, that's fine. 4. Hang on. No. Reset. Got to do this first. It's the start and reset button. God, Rhyunix, why can't you read? 4. 4. 4. That's on absolutely none of the redstone systems, so I'll press enter anyway, and death. Rocketeer 1699 tried to swim in lava. Well, someone's an idiot. Game mode 1. No. Game mode 1. There we go. I can get all my stuff back anyway, but I needed to delete it because I wanted to get rid of it. That is the defense system. You've seen it here in this first section. You've seen it again in the interlude, we shall call it, between the first section and the second section. And now you've seen it in the third section. This whole section is one kind of chapter, I guess I'd call it, of redstone and story, I guess I would call it. Ignoring the scenery, I just copied and pasted this onto this flat area, this test bed. I will make some scenery with the airbrush tool on World Edit. I will delete this, and then I will make some kind of story with a finale of some description. Anyway, this is what you'll be seeing. Well, this is the last time you'll see this, hopefully. And then you'll see just dirt covering this and making it look all pretty somehow. And that's it, really. That's all I got to offer. I say all I've got to offer. This is probably taking the best part of 20, maybe 25 minutes. I was keeping rough track. And the sun is setting. Isn't that pretty? It's going to rain now. So, that's all I've got for you in this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do share the video or like or comment to express your opinion on it. I don't mind the negative opinions, but I don't appreciate them really. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say it, I guess is the normal thing people say. But please do share the video. Please do share the video. That's what it sounded like. Please do share the video as well with any Minecraft community you know, for the sake of my popularity, because once I start announcing this on the forum, I'm sure it'll become more popular, but until then this is kind of like a developing project, so I'd like to see more people know about it rather than me keep it secret and then everyone watches the videos and goes, God, that was a good idea. How long have we not known about that? I doubt that. It's all lies. Until then, I shall see you all in the next episode or the next video. Goodbye.